Owner-operator's Guide to Passive Income. So let's talk about this. Why relying on driving income is so dangerous for somebody he's not driving the truck himself. Has a couple of trucks. So one of the things that you have to consider is that things that will happen is that guy will go on some home time. That guy will break down. There will be turnover amongst your drivers. And what that means for you is that the truck is not moving. And if that truck is not moving, there's no money coming in.
Yes. There is also going to be some, potentially less than ideal situations to where, like we've seen through years in business, abandoned trucks, all kinds of stuff, some ugly stuff too. So you always need to have a plan how you're going to, in case if you hired a wrong driver that seemed pretty good on the surface, and then the first little problem happened, and now your truck is sitting somewhere in a truck stop in Louisiana. You gotta have a plan.
I think a lot of people underestimate how often that probably happens, like to how the turnover rate in the industry and so forth. So there's probably two ways to build your small fleet. One way I've seen guys do is, the owner's actively involved. He's driving one truck, teams up with an individual, then he lets him ride out in that truck. He buys another one for himself and so forth. And so I guess eventually he's big enough or he has to actually manage it rather than be out there in the field driving as well. But he's very hands-on. He knows the truck. He knows the ins and outs, what maintenance is. He's experienced the breakdowns. It's intimate for him. So there's a close relationship to the actual operation for that individual.
Yeah, so somebody who already knows the industry. So to somebody who is not going to be surprised hearing the story about, abandoned truck or trailer or load, these guys are going to be obviously a lot more ready for it. It's a totally different thing, when sometimes I hear this guy, he's looking to invest in trucking because he talked to this guy or the other guy, and now he said, all you gotta do is just buy a truck and put the driver in and collect a check every Friday. Man, like, if you are one of these guys, I got you one advice. Don't.
No, yeah, because an investment like that, I think it comes down to who you're partnering up with, and who you're going to share that space with. Because you want a strong team that has done it before, somebody that has proven to do that formula to be successful. So,
but that's another, maybe then you need to explain a little bit deeper, because how many of these people that have absolutely nothing to do with trucking got a truck and hired the driver of the street or the Craigslist or whatever, and that driver told them how he's been in this business 30 years and he knows everything, and now you're just gonna allow this driver to run your business because he's a know-it-all. He sounds good.
Well, that's where we explain deeper, guys. I'm not actually saying the driver, but rather whoever you're going to be leasing onto. So I would suggest an individual doing that. He's has a driver in the foresight, leases onto somebody, because that company that he's going to lease onto already has a proven track record of success. So now you can leverage that for yourself. Again, what the unknown is going to be the driver, but that's anybody. It doesn't matter if you're 3,000 trucks to 2,000 to 3 trucks. That's always your unknown. That's going to always be a 50-50, no matter what.
Yeah, absolutely. I've seen some very, very, very good success story around those lines. Because, for example, we had an owner operator who's been with the company for a while, right? And then, let's say the truck broke down, and the individual decides, no, I'm not going to buy another truck, at least in this market, not yet. I'm just gonna take some rest. I'm gonna drive for somebody else. And now, usually, there is already existing relationship between the company and that owner operator. Now he just became a driver, and he became available. If you can jump into one of those situations as a passive income, if that's a thing, owner operator, that's gonna be your best bet. We had quite a few drivers. We currently have a few drivers that are in those situations, and it works out, but it only works out because there are already a couple of people who intimately know each other.
Yeah, so there's so for example, specifically the dispatcher driver relationship.
Yes.
That's already been there for years. It works. The new owner has nothing to say about it because why break what's not broken? Why fix what's not broken? And that's why I think it's working, because in a different scenario where now that owner's involved, you don't know the driver's capabilities just yet. Too many chiefs in that equation, not enough Indians, and now we end up in a problem where we're upside down every week.
Yeah, and usually, that you already, even though it's a new driver to you, but that's not a new driver to the company. So you get a lot of safety nets in a way. So I think something like this, absolutely possible. How easy it is to land one of those, not very easy.
But we got two, so that's all good. Here we go, man. I like to do what's hard.
All right, so here we go. That's the spirit.
All right, guys. So if you're thinking about something like this and you got additional questions, the telephone number is 863-342-5171. Or if you're actually a driver looking for a better opportunity, looking to link up with an organization such as ours, please give me a call as well at 863-342-5171.
Yeah, we'll hook you up. We have some very, very solid owner-operators who are, either in between drivers or whatever else the case is, or maybe somebody just bought a second truck and looking for a driver currently. We're going to screen the crap out of you, but,
There you go. Opportunity.
Opportunity.
All right, guys. Be safe and drive safe.
All right, guys. Take care.